this introduction.
Sure.
Okay.
So, I guess
Yeah,
right
live.
now we should be already live, yes. And today we have another AMA session with an amazing company, UKISS, that we consider for inviting for IDO on Scaleswap. And before the community voting, as we agreed with our great Scaleswappers, we want to introduce to you the team of UKISS. We have here three co-founders. Desmond, CTO. Hi, Desmond.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you here. Also, James, CEO of the company. Hi, James.
Hi, everyone.
And of course, Ben, CBDO, right, Ben?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Ben.
Nice to meet you. Great to be here.
Great that you joined us, guys. It's 7 p.m. in Singapore. All the team is based in Singapore, and we are glad that you found time after the hard-working day. And of course, we have here our CTO at Scaleswap and co-founder Stan Stolberg. Hi, Stan.
Hi, guys. Hi, dear community.
Hi, Stan.
We expect you to ask a lot of very smart questions about the techie part.
Let's see. I'm ready.
And,
and we are ready.
You are ready. Great. Because I see in the live chat, we have a lot of cool questions from our community. But as usually, before we go into the Q&A mode, I suggest you guys to make the brief intro to UKISS. Imagine that the outside people who are watching us now, they have no clue about UKISS. So how you will introduce them, your company, and what are you building? What is your big vision?
Yes. Time to you, Ben.
James, do you want to do introduction, all three of us? Just a quick introduction of ourselves, and then what we do. Then I'll go into a quick introduction of the KISS economy.
My name is James Gunn. Me and Ben and Desmond, we know each other for more than 30 years. Me and Ben in a university of National University of Singapore, study computer science, way back 1980 something. So we've been in the IT industry for many years. But for myself, I've been to other business in real estate development, into oil and gas. But I come back to this crypto business. I think it's up and coming in blockchain, and in this technology front is moving very fast. So we gathered and we have this product. Desmond is our patent holder for our this technology for our hardware. Maybe Desmond, you want to introduce about yourself?
Okay. So I'm the CTO. Basically, we have I hold a patent for this what we call a decentralized security system. So basically, this is a hardware system which generate all the cryptographic keys according to this application requirement. So of course, one of the major application will be this cryptocurrencies protection, so-called the crypto wallets. So what makes this system different from other security system is like for other crypto wallets, they are using recovery phase to recover so-called the lost hardware, right? Like all the other hardwares like ledger or tracer. So the problem for such kind of recovery phase system is heavily depends on the user, especially so-called what we call the non-technical users. So that create a lot of problem for the non-technical user, because first of all, they need to copy the recovery phase. It could be 12 or 24. And then if the person copied wrongly, if people are not English background, you copy something like A and O, whatever, I and L, then you will have problem. You might lose all your these assets later on, right? Secondly, after you copy all the recovery phase, this is something what we call a readable data. So everyone can read, everyone can take a photo, with a handphone, so convenience. So there is a high risk how to keep this so-called recovery phase. So the third problem, I think everyone knows, recently, one of the guys I mentioned have been hacked because the hacker is very smart. He sent a phishing email to all the users, say, we are hacked. So your recovery phase is no longer safe. Please reset and submit your recovery phase. So these are the so-called problems. It's not really a product problem, but it's a problem created by the user. But the problem is that most of the users, they are non-technical, they are non-security trained, they don't understand, you see. So how to address so-called such kind of user problems? So that is the major difference between our product and other product. So what we do is we use a set of hardware, two hardwares for this security system. So if you have a hardware like the normal others hardware wallet, but we also have a so-called rescue hardware to support the original hardware. So if you lost the wallet, you can use the rescue hardware to recover lost wallet. So without a recovery phase, right? So all this done is automatic synchronization between the two hardware. So there's no like human involved. So the user have no chance to make mistake, you know, whether you copy wrongly, whether you submit the data to a hacker. You can't, because this is something that's a user, no matter what is the funny thing you've done, you can't make mistake, right? So these are things. And also when you forget the password or whatever, you can easily reset all by yourself. So all this is designed for so-called the non-technical users to make their life easy and to make their assets safe. Yeah. So that is the difference between our security system and the other security system. But of course, for this hardware security system, the decentralized security system, that means that everything is done by the user themselves. There's no other people involved, including us. You see? So other than the wallet, you can use the same hardware system to do many other security-related cryptographic key required kind of applications. For example, like data protection, privacy protection, file protection. You can also like use a handphone to take a photo, take a video, but you can encrypt it before you share to other people or you upload to Dropbox or Google Drive, you know, to protect your privacy.
One question, Desmond. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but you know, it's a really, it's not trivial topic what you are speaking about. It's not so easy, and we have, as you call them, non-technical user also in our community, and therefore maybe we should, you know, align. Yeah, align together.
He's a CTO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Align on how to explain this in more easy, let's say, ways. I will ask you questions, and you can, you know, based on these questions, step by step, we can try to answer for non-technical user. So first of all,
like a great plan, and I just want to remind everyone who does not know that Stan has very deep background in cybersecurity, so he understands this topic really in details from highly professional level.
Yeah, no, from my previous life, I am a physicist, so I was scientist. I did physics with quantum computing, and I did a lot with securities and cryptographic, and yeah. But you know, for me, I understand what you are speaking about. For others, it might be a bit difficult. But first of all, congrats! You are the first hardware startup joining Scaleswap community. And I really honor hardware startups because I know how difficult it is to develop hardware and software together. Because as I understand, you do this in combination. You have some software, and you have also developed on your own the hardware, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And this is amazing. So, but let's try to make it a bit simpler. So first of all, you say you have two devices, two keys, one main device and another key for this main device. This key contains a kind of seed phrase, right? And it makes synchronization to the main device so that you don't need to retype seed phrase.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Correct.
It's correct.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. What happens if I lose two of them? So, for example, I get two devices, but for some reason I lost one or even two.
Okay.
Do you have a rescue for this case?
Okay. So first of all, the standard product comes with the two hardwares, right? At the same time, we provide a program for you to recover the hardware, the lost hardware. For example, like if you lost the A key, that is the main hardware. All right, then you can buy a new empty key, the new hardware, empty one. Then you can use the R key, that is the rescue hardware, to make a new A key again. So this is the program we already provided together with the two hardware. Right. So now to answer your question is, you see, so if the user lost one of the hardware, you can buy a new empty one to do all this yourself. Okay. So it's now it's become a user's choice. You see, because with these facilities, you can make 3 or 4 or 5 or even 10. That means you can keep one at home, you can keep one in the office, you can even lock one in the bank safe. Yeah. So that is the things. But of course, if you lost all, then of course that is the end of the world. It's something like you lost your other people's hardware, and also you lost the recovery phase. So if you lost everything, of course, for us, we also can't help you because we don't keep anything from our side. So it's all with the user. But we already provide you a system, a tools to do everything yourself. So it's become your choice to make it 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10.
Yeah, I will advise our user to make at least 3 or 4. You know, you buy a set 2, but you can buy a blank key and then you make yourself duplicate. Very easy. Just plug in 2 together, press a button, and you have another 3rd key or 4th key, and then you can keep everywhere.
Got yeah. So basically, you don't need to take care of keeping in secure way the passphrase or the seed phrase. So you just need to keep secure this second keys, the rescue keys. Yeah. But if I have these 2 keys together, so the main and the second, then of course I can open the main key, right?
No, you just need the rescue, the second key to make a new main key if you lost the main key.
Okay. But okay, I could, for example, if I am a bad guy hacker and I find this rescue key somewhere, I could buy a main key and I could potentially make a new main key.
Okay. All the hardware key, whether your main key or rescue key, is protected by a PIN, a password.
Okay.
So you need to have both the hardware plus the password. You see, so that is how we design the system. You see, a password can be easily hacked online, by people from 1,000 miles away, 24/7.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why we put everything inside the hardware, which is physically separated. Offline is a cold wallet, right? But the person to have the chance to get hold of this hardware could be your friends, your family members, or probably your colleagues, right? These are the people likely to be unprofessional hackers. Right, so that's why we use a password, which we think is good enough for this. Because when you design a security system, you have to take a balance between security as well as the convenience. You see, if you make the product very inconvenient for the user, for the so-called non-technical user to use, they might not like it.
Okay.
Yeah. So of course, for the second factor, we can use like fingerprint, whatever, biometrics. But I think But what we think is that is too secure. I mean, it's troublesome to use. Yeah. A password plus a good hardware will be good enough.
So I understand. So you designed a kind of two-factor authentication, two-factor, one with the password, another one the rescue key itself.
Yeah, it's the hardware themselves. Yes,
hardware themselves.
Yeah.
Nelly, do we have smart, cool questions in this topic from our community?
Well, actually, quite a few community members, they asked about what to do if the key is lost, how to restore, etc. But I guess we already replied on these questions, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I see here questions about the team, the idea, the competition, tokenomics, etc. Oh, maybe this one, Viet Crypto, if we continue a technological topic. Viet Crypto from the live chat is asking, can you tell the difference in security aspects of UKISS Hugware wallet versus Ledger wallet? What are the outstanding features of UKISS compared to Ledger wallet?
Yeah, so just now I mentioned that the major difference is we don't have the recovery phase. And I mentioned that's the 3 points, the 3 advantage for without this recovery phase. So first of all, you can't copy wrongly. Secondly, you don't have to like protect this phase, right? And the third thing is you cannot be hacked. That means you cannot be phish attacked with this recovery phase. So that is a major difference. And then the next, there are some other differences because without this kind of recovery phase, right, we don't need to have a screen. So because for Ledger, you need to have a screen to recover this, right? So without the kind of screen or whatever, so that will make our hardware more reliable than the Ledger hardware. Because I think one of the feedback from those Ledger users is that the hardware could be like quite easily hit breakdown, like probably after 1 year, 2 years. So that is a problem. So for our hardware, we give 5 years warranty.
Oh, no, it's good. It's really, really cool because especially for people who hold many different assets, right? To hold them in very, very secure way. This is a very nice approach, really.
And it's much easier to use because without the complicated manipulation of the hardware. So for us, we design something that is very easy to use. We can even call it idiot-proof. It's just a plug and play. So you just plug in the hardware, you key in the pin, and that's it. There's no complicated manipulation. There's no recovery phrases to worry about. So we take away the weakest point, which is the human error, which is always the weakest point. So human cannot make error because there's no recovery phrase to start with, right? So we make it easy so that anybody can use, and we believe this is suitable for mass market adoption.
Yeah. This is what I have in mind. Nelly, please.
5 years guarantee these days, it's really impressive. But for example, Morgan Freeman is asking if we can already order your product somewhere. Is it possible?
You can pre-order.
Yeah, pre-order. Can I add something? Besides a hardware wallet function, we provide other functionality with the hardware. For example, encryption of your photograph, your pictures, your data file, legal file, financial files, your research data. All this you can encrypt and keep in your hard disk or keep in the cloud. On top of that,
that's part of the security ecosystem that we are building.
Yeah. We will build a ecosystem of many security-related applications using the same hardware. So it's one hardware, many functions, all related to security. For example, we may develop like password manager using the hardware, one hardware for many passwords, so you don't have to remember so many passwords.
I can go through the security ecosystem slides in a while. Yeah.
It's like Yuki, this UK, you know, this, I even have one. YubiKey, right?
YubiKey, yes.
It's like
okay, no, it's more than YubiKey because YubiKey basically is for login for access control only. But we do the full cryptographic key related kind of, we support all cryptographic key related kind of applications. That means inside our hardware system, for technical guys, you'll probably understand this is become like a personal HSM, or what we call portable HSM. So the hardware will generate all kinds of cryptographic keys according to the application requirement. So of course, it will generate the crypto keys for the cryptocurrency, the wallets. But you can also generate any like AES or RSA, any kind of crypto keys required. So if there's an application need to encrypt a file and need like AES 256 keys, so the hardware will provide AES 256 keys, right? And then if you need to do any authentication using an RSA 1024 or 2048 keys, the system can also generate a key to protect that. So what James just now mentioned is that we will be building this so-called the security, what we call decentralized security ecosystem. So what does that mean? In the future, we will provide the interface for any application developer if they want to use the hardware. Right.
So you have a set of APIs then, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So if you have some idea, want to provide developer apps, then we'll provide the API. Then once you provide this, the hardware user can use your software already. So we'll be open this. That's why what we develop this, we are providing this ecosystem. So of course, other than other applications in our plan, we will also plan to support other wallets, for example, the MetaMask. So the user can use the same hardware to use the MetaMask software also.
Like Ledger, right? So Ledger has an integration with MetaMask, so you can sign your transaction with Ledger. And I see one question from the live chat, and it's a very important question because you are creating security system, right? And a security system needs to be really good audited by third parties. So what's about audits? Have you had any audits? Do you plan to have audits from what are you doing, software and hardware like?
Okay, so at this stage, we have all our hardware and software is proven tested by third party, so-called white hackers. So if necessary, we could provide certain reports about that. And also for long run, because the development is still in process, it's the long run. So once we finish we will plan to make the product like FIPS certified.
Oh, okay.
So if some people understand what is like FIPS.
Yeah, I understand, but maybe you can, I mean, we're speaking about development now. Maybe you can just elaborate when have you started and on which stage you are now, and when is the release of the product? So basically, where are we now?
Yeah, so the hardware development is fully finished. That means for at this stage, the hardware is ready. So we are already in the testing process.
Okay.
So we plan to launch the product in Q1. That means we probably do a soft launch in March. So the product is already fully developed and in mass production already. And now we are testing all the softwares. So when we launch, we will launch the wallet and other application software together. So we are in the final testing process. So
you have also the basic software for the hardware, the wallet, integration of different blockchains, right? And if I compare this to Ledger, because Ledger Live has this very nice interface, you know, with very many features and very easy to set up different blockchains. Will your interface will be similar to Ledger somehow?
Yeah, Ben.
Okay, we have two versions. One is the mobile version, one is the desktop version. Our desktop version, we call it UKISS Hub, which is in a way something like the Ledger Live. So it is a one-stop place to manage the hardware, all the crypto assets and accounts. It's kind of like a wallet where you can continue to add in new supported blockchain networks as we support it. You can add that in. And as well as our application suite, our suite of applications, all can be found within the UKISS Hub desktop version. At the same time, we have a mobile version, a mobile wallet, which is a lightweight mobile wallet that works with our hardware. So you can just plug the hardware into your phone and you can use that in your mobile wallet. So the number of tokens and networks that we support will grow over time. So we will launch more and more as we finish it, we'll add it in. And third-party wallet support like MetaMask is also under development. So we will support and roll that out when it is done. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the light version mobile, so you can plug it in, Type-C connection, and then key in a password. You can start trading using your mobile phone, Android. iPhone, not yet. The next phase when we launch our this Bluetooth version.
Okay, gotcha. Then do you have some questions?
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of questions, really. I want to thank our community, of course, who guys, I will collect all the questions from the live chat as usually to the Google document and share it with the team later on, so that you have the questions in front of you anytime, and maybe make a short FAQ after that.
Okay.
But you remember that in Scaleswap community, we have IDO backers. So of course, those guys who will vote for you on our upcoming voting, they will also probably participate in your future IDO and be your token holders. Therefore, it's very important to discuss also this part of your story about UKISS tokens, about UKISS Tokenomics. And before jumping into these details, Martin is asking, is it possible for pre-investors in UKISS, I guess he means some maybe early VCs or also token holders, to buy the hardware at reduced price, maybe with some discount?
Yes, this is underway. So we will be giving our applications free for software application free for 1 year. And we're also giving airdrop of token whenever you buy our hardware. Of course, we also will give good discount for token holder. This one definitely we will give a very good discount.
So maybe I will just spend a few minutes to go through a couple of slides that answer the question that Nelly asked about the UKISS ecosystem, the tokenomics. Yes. And yep. So can I have the share the screen?
You don't have rights right now?
No.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I will make you a host. So Ben. Yeah, right now you have all the access.
Okay. Let me try. Okay, good. Can you see me, the screen?
Yes, very well.
Okay. Okay, so a quick introduction of myself. Like what James said, we are classmates in the computer science NUS Singapore many years ago. So I've been in the IT industry since then. And the last 5 years, I spent full-time into blockchain and crypto. And mostly it was in China, actually. And now these 2 years, we are back in Singapore. And we happen to then just come together and start this venture, which I feel was very, very important because like we said, we have all those kind of challenges meeting this security, decentralized security, where we have to mess around with very complicated hardware technologies. And also a lot of users that I have in China, they mess up their recovery phrases and kiss goodbye to their assets forever. So we have all these horror stories that we experience daily. So when I came across this potential technology, I said that this is something that's very, very important and has huge future, because it actually addressed a very important need. So that's how we came together. And based on what we have discussed just now, the hardware technology is patented in 20 over countries. And it has been around actually for more than 10 years in use, right? So it's a better hardened and proven technology. But we are now just improving it to not just secure data files and data for the enterprises, but we are using it to help address the decentralized security for crypto and IDs, right? And so that is very important, because we want to create something that everybody can use. So that is how we came to this word called decentralized security ecosystem. We want to build ultimately what we call a decentralized security ecosystem. There is a next generation ecosystem that is powered by our UKISS token, the hardware technology that we talked about just now, and a suite of software solutions. Okay, so we will address issues like SSI, DeFi, and the blockchain. So first of all, I think the UKISS token itself has to be explained. The UKISS token itself is a multifaceted token. It is allowing the user to make payment to pay for our hardware and our software to access these secure services and unlock voting power, and it also allows for community incentives. So first of all, it is a utility token. Okay, it can be used to authenticate our ID, participate in DeFi services, which I'll talk more about later on, and even SSI, self-sovereign identity. And it is also a community token where it allows our community to participate in the building of this ecosystem, provide rewards and staking and privileges like voting. Okay, and we are going to launch our mainnet, our native blockchain later on in the year. And so UKISS token will be the native coin for our blockchain, and also the government of the whole token blockchain. So this is our tokenomics. Right now, 35% is released for token sales, including private sales and IDO that we are going through right now. And then 29% for mining, which include staking rewards and also for our blockchain mining. And advisors will take up 5%, advisors and key partners. And 13% is for the founding team and core members. And 8% is for marketing, technology development, incubation. And 10% finally is for initial liquidity and reserves. One of the main things we need to know is that because we are limiting the whole supply to 100 million, and a lot of it will go into the market for circulation, because the user can use it to buy our tokens, buy our hardware and our software. They can also use cash, actually. We allow users to use cash to buy our hardware and services. Okay, so when we receive cash, what we do is we will take up to 30% of our revenue and use that and convert into our UKISS token. That means you buy from the open market to buy back this UKISS token. The reason for doing that is that we need to top up our staking pool and also our reward pool, right? So we have a reward system to reward users, to refer customers to buy our hardware and software, as well as affiliates. So we need to constantly buy tokens back from the market and to incentivize them, as well as to top up the staking pool. Okay, so one of the very important aspect of our ecosystem is this self-sovereign identity framework. So I think we are all very clear that metaverse is the future, right? So in the new metaverse, everybody is going to have their own identity, a decentralized identity. Okay, a user may have different DID, we call that decentralized ID, one for the gaming, one for socializing, one for work, and one for family, and so on, right? So now, this is very important because in the metaverse, your ID represents who you are, including all your NFT, all your tokens, all your crypto assets. Now, if this ID, this private key is stolen or compromised, it could mean your whole identity is gone. So the security of this ID become very, very important. It's going to be more and more important in the future. So we want to create a very self-sovereign, secure identity framework, right? So this allows our digital life to be safe and easy. So anybody can do it, not just technical savvy people. Everyone can do it. Even my mom can use it because the hardware is so easy to use. It's just plug and play, right? And more than that, once you have control over the identity, you can have the freedom to even monetize the data. So in the SSI framework, we have DID wallet, which is a kind of like a application that contains your identity and also your verified credentials, your data basically that can have been verified in the SSI framework. So because it is verified, you can even sell this in the DeFi marketplace, right? For example, if someone wants to do a survey, they can create a demand for that, and then people will submit verified credentials to participate in this survey and get paid for that. So we believe that is the future where everybody has a chance to monetize the data that they own in a DeFi manner, in a decentralized and safe and easy to use manner, right? We even designed this afterlife DID security. That means what happens if one day you have to go, then you automatically you can have what your ID and also your assets, your cryptocurrencies, all this then will be automatically given to whoever you assign it to, maybe your wife, your children, and so on. Okay, so this is a very important framework, and this is an international standard, global standard, and we want to build this ecosystem to support this. So that's the goal of this KISS token and also our UKISS blockchain. So mentioned about the DeFi solution just now. So in our UKISS, this decentralized ID wallet, plus our crypto wallet and the hardware, these three combined together makes the most secure crypto trading experience for everyone. But of course, you can say that I just want to use the DID wallet and the crypto wallet without the hardware. I can replace the hardware with a hot wallet or even Ledger Nano or whatever. It can be done. Okay, these are separated, but we of course recommend a hardware because we feel that it is easy to use for everyone. Okay, and so the blockchain will create the underlying infrastructure to make all this possible. Okay, so that's why we talk about the blockchain. Ultimately, it is a specialized security-focused, permissionless blockchain to support all that we talked about just now, the whole decentralized security ecosystem. It is going to be EVM compatible, and KISS token will be the native coin. We're going to have very low gas fee and high throughput. Okay, and it supports all the SSI framework that we discussed just now. Okay, so this is the hardware which we talked a lot about just now, so I think there's no need to repeat this. And coupled with that, we also talk about the suite of applications. This suite of application has already been developed and already been tested for a few years actually in the enterprise world. Now we are making it available to the C world, B2C. For example, UHide. UHide is an application that when you use a hardware technology, you can use the hardware to secure all your data files on your computer or even in the cloud. If you store your pictures, your Excel file, your Word document in the cloud, it can be encrypted such that no one can access it except yourself with the hardware. Not even the cloud administrator can see it, which is very important if you have very sensitive information or private information that you don't want anyone else to see, right? And so UArchive is something similar, but you can archive large number of files like all your family photos. You can encrypt it and store in the cloud that no one can access it except yourself. Okay, so these are, we believe, a very useful application that everybody needs, because I have been using them for a few months already and I can't live without it now, because if I don't use it, I feel that I'm running naked. All my files are all over the place in the cloud, or if in my computer, it can be hacked, right? So it's very important to secure all this important. So our hardware can do both. Okay, secure your data files, can also secure your NFT, your crypto assets. Okay, so that's a quick run through of the whole ecosystem.
It was very, very interesting to support again, because the project is can be quite complex, because you have different, let's say, approaches. You have on one side, you have very good secure approach with the hardware, but you have also your own blockchain. And the whole sense of this blockchain is to be ID blockchain, right? And as you maybe know, there are several ID blockchains already on the market. For example, we launched a project called Ore protocol. It's also an ID blockchain. But I understand that you will, let's say, try to combine this ID blockchain very closely with the ecosystem and also with hardware, right? So it's like ID blockchain supported by hardware. That's your advantage.
Yes.
And speaking about blockchain, which one will it be? EVM or simply transactional blockchain, only with transactions?
We will likely base it on EVM compatibility, this blockchain, because that is one of the biggest ecosystem community out there. Yeah.
So we can call you really layer 1 project, right? Because you have on one side you have hardware, but you have layer 1 blockchain.
Yes.
And use cases for the tokens will be, of course, transactions within the blockchain as gas token, right?
Yes.
And then different goodies, let's say, to get discount for hardware, right? And okay.
And
so
also all the transaction, for example, we talk about DeFi, verifiable credential marketplace, and also DeFi insurance. All these transaction will be based on our KISS token. And of this transaction, where user can sell their data and get paid in KISS token, we get a transaction fee, a small transaction fee, which we will then use it as part of it to be burned away, and a part of it go back into our reserve pool. Yeah.
Understand, guys. We have some questions from the community. Let me ask this question simply right away. Andre, one of our very good community members, is asking following: what exactly blockchains will you support at the beginning? What will it be?
Okay, before our own mainnet is out, even after our mainnet is out, our KISS token will be available on a few blockchains like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and a couple of other popular blockchain as well.
And which blockchain will be supported by your hardware?
Our hardware itself will support all the major blockchain. Out of the box, we have support for 5 different mainnets right now, and it's going to grow more and more. So we will try to support as many as possible. Yes.
But will you support also Bitcoin blockchain at the beginning?
Oh, definitely. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Tron, right now, all these are supported, and we're going to support more and more as well.
Okay, got ya. So let's go on. Martin is asking, not asking, but he's making you an advice that regarding the mobile connector. You know, the next generation of Apple will have USB-C, so probably you don't need another mobile connector, because it will be the same like for Android smartphones.
UDC.
Martin.
Okay.
Then we have Tolga is asking, the same, how many blockchains? Then Tribal Wars is asking, will the identity framework will be used for the hardware wallet? But I think you answered already, right? So basically your hardware wallet will sign your address on your identity blockchain, right? So therefore, it's yes.
Yes.
So Andre is asking again, what wallets is UKISS compatible with? Again, regarding MetaMask especially.
Yes. We're going to have our own, we're having our own mobile wallet as well as desktop wallet. And we're going to support the popular one like MetaMask wallet as we roll out more. Yes.
And he's asking also a very interesting part of this question about the multi-sig wallet supports like Gnosis, for example.
Okay.
Will it be possible to use Gnosis?
Right now, we don't support the multi-signature yet at this point. And that is something that we are trying to come up with a more suitable solution, including MPC model to be able to support multiple signature kind of capabilities in the future.
So for now, it will be not possible at the beginning, but you are working on this, right? Because
yes.
It's a very important feature.
Yes.
Okay. Tan is asking, so have you, I mean, you developed since several years, right? So have you already raised all your private funds? So are you ready, let's say, for the IDO, for the public launch?
Okay, we have gone through our angel round and seed round. We are currently in the private round. And after the private round, we will go to the public round. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And we can maybe continue with IDO, right? And
yes, our public round with IDO. Yes.
Yes. So you know, in the moment we have, let's say, the market is rather sidewards trend.
That's right.
And but speaking about IDO and readiness for the IDO, when do you believe you will be ready for the IDO?
We believe IDO should be likely in the early Q2, likely April, around then. Yeah. So we expect around that the time to launch our IDO.
Oh, okay, around April. I think it also makes sense if you, let's say, we'll have a rollout of the product in March.
Yes.
This is definitely very important milestone for successful IDO because
correct. Yes.
We are delivering something, right?
Yes. Because we believe that we need to provide launch our product hardware and software, and then the market will see that we have real products and it's not just getting money and hope for the best.
You know, I really like you guys because it's so it's not often in our ecosystem in the blockchain crypto ecosystem that somebody comes with something solid with a really existing product, and yeah, so not advice at all, but guys, the community, think about it. Nelly, do you have some questions?
Yeah, guys, so maybe traction-wise, so from the product side, we understood you are very strong already, you already are in the production cycle, you already plan to ship first samples quite soon. What about BizDev part? What partnerships do you have? What strategic partners, cross-marketing partners who will help you with go-to-market strategy and actually gaining more users into your ecosystem?
James, you want to answer that?
We have some partner already, like BrockTech, like X21, like Urok Foundation, some in Asia and some in Europe and Middle East, like Shisha Finance. It's in our Telegram. You can see all our partners, and we are still looking for more partners because our market is global. It's not in Asia or Europe, it's global. You know, global crypto user, there are 500 million. So we are actively looking for more partners that can expand our market share.
Okay. So seems you are already working into this direction. Nice to hear. Well, those that you mentioned, majority of them, I guess, are on your cap table, yeah, as seed investors, private investors, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, hope you will continue that way. And since we are already near an hour live, we need to finish now because guys need to go and execute. I want to remind everyone who is watching us today that very soon we will release the community voting as usually on blockchain. So all SCA token holders can vote and decide where to go with UKISS. So please express your opinion. We really want to hear this. I already see in Telegram chat and in live chat, many people are writing that they really love UKISS. Omar is even ready to pay shipping costs to get the first product. Yeah, so it's very nice to hear your feedback. But guys, we need more of your feedback. So please don't skip the voting. You will see the announcement in our Telegram group. And yeah, I want to wish UKISS team great luck and great success on the market, because as Stan mentioned, it's rare to see, especially hardware project, with very smart tokenization plan, token economy integrated, very well thought. So guys, you are great, and
thank you very much.
Yeah, and I will definitely order one UKISS once you're ready.
Thank you, Stan.
It will be in March, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Soft launch, yes.
Cool, really cool. So I will definitely test this out. And you know, you're right. It's very hard for non-technical users to keep everything secure. And therefore, guys, please think about it. A very interesting product.
Thank you very much.
Definitely. That's our goal. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for your time and for your patience.
Thank you, Nelly. Thank you, Stan.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
See you.
Everyone at Scaleswap.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.